Hello and welcome to our first live coding session, and I have opened my TypeScript playground, and I hope you have opened your TypeScript playground as well, and you should code along with me. And the first thing we should learn about TypeScript is the data type and variables. There are three main primitives in JavaScript as well as TypeScript, which are Boolean, number, and string. So let's say we want to declare a number type variable. So the syntax is, first of all, you have to use this let keyword. So this is a reserved keyword, and before every variable declaration you have to use this keyword. There are other keywords as well, but let's stick with this keyword let. And I should increase the size of this screen so that you can see it well. So I am increasing the size of this browser. So I think now it is more clearer. Okay, so after that let keyword, I have to define the variable name. For example, if I want to store a number, so I have to declare a variable, and the variable name could be anything. So whatever name you choose, you should start with a small letter. And in my case, I am giving a name number1. So you cannot start a variable name with number, but you can use number like this digit at the end of the variable name or in the middle of the variable name, but you should not start with a digit when you define a variable name. And then we have to specify the type of this variable, and the type is number. And then after this equal sign, we want to put some value inside this number1 variable, for example 100. So this is the basic syntax of declaring a variable along with the type. So we just have declared a variable number1 whose type is number, and we have assigned a value 100 inside this number variable. Just like number, we have other types that we frequently use in TypeScript of JavaScript, which is a string. So for example, I want to put the country name. So the variable name would be country, and now the data type would be string, and now the country could be Bangladesh. So string is literally a sequence of characters, and you should use this double quote or single quote, whatever you want, but don't mix it together. So I'm using double quote. So inside double quote, I have declared a value country. You should use your country name, and I have put this country name inside this country variable. And also another very popular data type that we frequently use in TypeScript and JavaScript, which is a Boolean. So let's say valid or is valid, and the type would be Boolean. And whenever we declare a variable of type Boolean, we can either store true or false. So I am assigning true. So these are the three main primitives in JavaScript and TypeScript that we frequently use, and these are very frequently used in programs, and these are the way of declaring the variables. Also, we can print the value of a variable by using console.log function. So you can type console.log. This will actually show the output in a console. Since we are not developing any Android apps or iOS apps, whenever we do that, then we should see our outputs in our mobile device or the emulators or simulators, but we are just typing some JavaScript or TypeScript code, and we want to see the results in our console. So in that console.log, in the log function over here, if I just put number1, and then put a semicolon, and then if I hit run, then you should see the value of this number1 variable. So I'm just printing the value of this variable number1. So if I print country and hit run, you should see the value of country is Bangladesh. And also if I try to print this Boolean, then it should print this actual value, which is true. So there are other types in TypeScript which we use but not so frequently, such as big int or symbol. But like I said, that those types are very rarely used, and we use those types very rarely. So I'm not going to discuss everything in TypeScript or JavaScript. Like I told you before, we will learn as much TypeScript as we need to start React Native fluently. So these are the three basic data types, and in the next lecture we will see some actions that we can take on these variables, and also other ways of declaring variables. Actually, we can omit the data type as well, and there is something called type assignment, and there are two types of type assignment, and we will see that in the next lecture.